Hi everybody! So today I wanted to talk a little bit about imposter syndrome and kind of how I've been dealing with my imposter syndrome thoughts for the past couple of years. So for those of you who don't know, imposter syndrome is the internal feeling or experience that you have that you think you are not good enough to be where you are right now. You don't feel good enough, you don't feel like you belong to be where you are, and you have this thought that says that everything that happened to you is just based on luck, or that you were just lucky, or it was just a coincidence that you were able to succeed or achieve anything that you have achieved. And there is this constant fear at the back of your head that says somebody's gonna figure out that you are a fraud, somebody's gonna figure out that you are just faking it, that you don't deserve to be there, that they're gonna see that you are not good enough, and you're gonna be found out. So that's essentially what imposter syndrome is. So I'm just going to share a little bit about kind of like how I have dealt with my imposter syndrome thoughts. So in the past couple of years, I've had quite a number of imposter syndrome experiences or thoughts. So one of them, it was when I was doing my master's degree. I did my master's about a year after I graduated from my undergrad. So when I stepped into the program, a lot of my classmates have been working for 5, 10, 15, even 20 years. So there was a huge disconnect between the things that they know and the things that I know. They obviously know a lot more. They've been working in the UK, so definitely a lot of the things that we talked about in class were UK based. So they had a lot more to offer. They were able to engage more in the discussion with the readings and everything. And I just felt like, why am I here? What else can I offer to them? Because I literally felt like I had nothing to offer to the discussion. There were some days that I didn't even participate in any discussion because I did feel that my voice matters in those moments, that I didn't feel like I had anything else to add on that will give value or substance to what we were talking about. The second and most recent imposter thoughts that I've been having, and it's ongoing even until now, is the fact that I am a career coach. So it is weird to say that I am a career coach, but I am also a fresh graduate myself. So at the back of my head, there's this feeling that says that who are you as a fresh graduate to actually guide other fresh graduate and students to find a job? You are new yourself. You don't even have any experience in recruitment or in HR. So who am I to actually tell other people this is how you should do it? This is what employees want to see, because I have never been an employee myself. I've always worked for people, so I've never actually have any experience in hiring anyone. So that thought in the back of my head is telling me that I am not good enough to be a career coach. I am not good enough to actually do this thing. That who is going to look at me and be like, oh, let's go to her for advice because she should know, because they'll be like, oh my god, who is she to actually say all these things when she doesn't have any experience? And trust me, I have gotten those feedbacks before, those comments thrown at me. So those comments just reinforce my thought that says that I am not good enough to actually do this. So what I have done to actually overcome all these thoughts from my master's degree, even currently right now with all my career coaching business, what I do is I try to take some time to process these thoughts. So I try to process why I'm feeling this way, and then trying to process kind of like the reason or the actual solid reason on why I feel that I'm not good enough. So for example, my career coaching imposter syndrome thoughts is basically me feeling inadequate because I only had 1 year of working experience prior to starting my career coaching journey, and I don't think that I had anything extra to offer on top of what other people are already offering out there. But I think when I look at it from a different perspective, I realized that even though I'm a fresh graduate, that actually helps me to actually bring a unique perspective to the career coaching industry. Because I am a fresh graduate, I was able to connect better with the other graduates because I understand what they're going through. I have been in their shoes literally a couple of years ago, so I know what they're feeling. They find it easier to connect to me because I seem like a friend or like a brother or sister. So that makes it easier for me to connect with them because we are relatively on the same boat. We are going through it together, and I was able to use my own personal experience to actually share to them and help inspire them and motivate them to actually think about their own experience, their own employability on how they want to do it themselves. Another thing that has helped me personally, at least, is to have a folder of positivity. So I have a folder that I save all the positive comments from people who I've worked with, from letters of recommendation from past advisors and supervisors, just emails and messages from other people who have found inspiration, or who have read my blog or read my newsletter or read anything that I shared online and felt that they could relate to it, and then they were emailing me to thank me or things like that. So I keep all of that just to remind myself that even though I feel like I don't have anything to offer, these people think differently. These people have benefited from the things that I've shared. These people have found useful stuff in all the rubbish that I've written. So if these people can actually benefit from them, that means that I am doing good. That means that despite me feeling inadequate, there is something that I can offer, and that as long as I can impact one person out there, that should be good enough for me. And those are. So whenever I have these negative thoughts, I just take the time to process it and then look at all my positivity, all the things that, all the good that I have done, and remind myself that yes, I am good enough. I don't have to be perfect, and I tell myself that it's okay if you are not perfect. It is okay if you make mistakes or if you screw up, but as long as you are doing one thing at a day, one day at a time, to actually do a little bit better than you did yesterday, that's progress enough. And for me, that's something that I'm constantly trying to battle, to overcome the fact that I don't have to be perfect to actually do everything. I don't have to wait until the time that I feel good enough, because you know what, that time might never come. You will never be good enough, because there will always going to be someone better out there. There's always going to be rooms for improvement. There's always going to be other things that you can do to make it better. So instead of waiting for you to be good enough to do it, just do it and learn from the experience. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, just do it. So like even me recording this video, I don't feel like it's good enough, but I'm just gonna post it, because the more you do it, the better you get. So the first few posts that you post, the first few videos that you post might not be good enough, but just do it. So that's it from me. That's pretty much all that I have to say and all that I wanted to rant about. I think that no matter where you are in your life, no matter how good you are, no matter if you're up in the senior management or if you have your own business, you're always going to be battling imposter syndrome one way or another. So my advice for you is, when you have that thought in the back of your head that says you are not good enough to do this, that you are not supposed to be here, I want you to look yourself in the mirror and tell the imposter voice, I am good enough for this. I know I am good enough for this. So thank you for your comment, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyway. So that is all. Thank you for watching, and go be the best you that you can be. Bye everybody.